points were shared here at Meadowbank this afternoon as Wimborne Town drew 2-2 with Shortwood United in the opening game of the season. Shortwood United's first game ever in the Southern League after they'd gained promotion from the Hellenic Premier last season. But when Wimborne's Sean Bryan put the Magpies ahead on 90 minutes, it looked as if all 3 points would be heading back south. But credit to Shortwood United, they came back and with 2 minutes of injury time played, they broke through the middle, lifted the ball over Magpie keeper Dan Ackerman and gained a point. With Tom Jeffs and Mark Kemble both having slight strains, they started on the bench with Steve Smith and Jamie Davidson playing up front in a 4-4-2 formation. In the midfield it was John Blake, Kevin Gill, Mickey Hubbard and George Webb, and at the back we had Nathan Pepranen and Sean Bryan in the middle with, as usual, Scott Arnold and Jordan Cole at full back. Wimborne started strongly in the first half, but after 15 minutes looked the better side. But then Shortwood came into it and forced more than five corners in the next 20 minutes. Despite that though, they didn't really create any chances, or more than 1 or 2 chances. Dan Ackerman pulling off a fine save from a curling right foot shot. Wimborne on the other hand had a couple of chances in the first half. Steve Smith was put through early on by George Webb, but his shot was gathered by the keeper. Then Sean Bryan headed just wide from a Mickey Hubbard free kick on 9 minutes. A short pass back put Wimborne Town in trouble just after 20 minutes had been played, but that was cleared. And it was Wimborne who probably had the better chances in the first half, although Shortwood probably had the edge in possession. The game changed completely in the second half. Wimborne upped their game and Shortwood looked a yard short of pace. 5 minutes into the second period, and just a minute after he'd blasted a ball as wide and as high as you'll see all season, Jamie Davidson fastened on to a long kick by Ackerman that deceived the Shortwood defence and lifted the ball cleverly over the on-rushing keeper. 1-0 Wimborne. And Wimborne were well on top at this stage and really should have added to their lead. But they didn't, despite chances for George Webb and another one for Jamie Davidson. Jamie Davidson had the better of the Shortwood defence and was creating havoc at the back. But on 79 minutes, the inevitable happened. A breakaway, and Wimborne's lack of concentration for a minute cost them dear as they failed to pick up from a throw-in on the right-hand side. The ball was swept into the middle and a good header gave Ackerman no chance. Wimborne came back even stronger and threatened to score the winner, and when Jamie Davidson's cross from the right was met by Sean Bryan and he slipped the ball past the keeper on 90 minutes, the celebration was fierce and it looked as if we were winning all 3 points. But then, as I said, credit to Shortwood United for coming back. They'll be very pleased with this point. They were very much second best for most of the second half, but good luck to them for the rest of the season. Man of the match for me, well, for his second half performance alone, Jamie Davidson stood out. John Blake had an excellent game in midfield, and I thought Scott Arnold looked controlled and in charge for most of the game. Steve Cuss will be disappointed at not picking up 3 points, but there's a lot we can take from this game, which incidentally was played in sweltering conditions, and Wimborne looked a very fit team indeed. They'll need to be, because their second game is at Cuthbury on Tuesday night, and it's Bridgewater Town at home, and we hope to see you there.